I had just come to accept that my life would be ordinary when extraordinary things began to happen. The first of these came as a terrible shock and, like anything that changes you forever, split my life into halves, before and after. Welcome to the Hack Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Barnes, providing right now solutions to some of your biggest teaching and learning problems. Now, let's hack learning. And in the open, you heard me reading from a young adult novel, an extremely popular young adult novel by Ransom Riggs called Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And I didn't read from Amazon, and I didn't read from the book, although I do own the book. What I did is I read from a website, a page, and there was a picture of the book embedded on that page. And underneath the picture, a really fascinating novel picture if you've ever seen it. And you can see it at hacklearningpodcast.com on our show notes page. And underneath that picture there is, in capital letters, a large phrase that says free preview. And when I click on that free preview, I get a pretty lengthy preview of the book, including those captivating words that I read in the beginning. And this is Amazon's new and Kindle's new instant preview. And what's incredible about this, and this is why it is such an appropriate episode of the Hack Learning Podcast, is Amazon and Kindle have hacked reluctant readers. And I don't know that they even realized that they did this. That's what's really amazing about it. They've done something that looks like it has great intentions. And I think from their point of view, it does. I think what they want to do is they want to give authors and publishers and bloggers and marketers a way to take content from their site to embed it on their website or blog so that when a reader comes there, they don't have to navigate away from the page to preview a book. What I realized when I discovered this tool, which I discovered not long ago, and you get a great look at it at hacklearningpodcast.com on our show notes page, and it's right at the top. You see this amazing picture of this fascinating novel, and underneath it, it does have a buy button, buy on Amazon. Also, you can share it, but then it has that free preview. Now, when you click that free preview, it's like opening the book. So as a publisher and an author, I thought about this tool as a way that I could bring readers of Hack Learning series books to hacklearning.org, our homepage, and to click on books and then to see some of the book, but without navigating away from the page. And hopefully, of course, we want people to buy the books. They're fabulous. They make you better. And then they could use the buy button right there. And that's wonderful because really we all want people to remain on our page. So I think that's a good thing. But it occurred to me as an education hacker, as someone who wants to help us improve teaching and learning by taking what we already have. We have Amazon, we have Kindle, we have digital tools, mobile learning devices. We have so many things that can make us better, but what we do in Hack Learning is we take the assets and the ideas and we sort of turn them and look at them through a little different lens. And we say, what if we did this and this and that? How would it improve the product? How would it improve the asset? How would it make teaching and learning better? So when I saw Kindle Instant Previews, I thought, okay, this is great for Hack Learning readers, for people who want to get better at teaching and learning. I can put this on the hacklearning.org page, and they can read some of the book right there. They can see the table of contents. They can read an introduction, maybe some of a first chapter. There's really a lot of content there that you get for free. And then hopefully they want more. But then I thought, what if we did this for kids? You know, we have a book in the Hack Learning series called Hacking Literacy, and it's by Gerard Dawson. And when this show first aired, the book wasn't available yet, but it will be in, I think, August of 2016. And this book is about helping teachers find the lifelong reader that is hidden inside of all kids. People will read. Kids will read. I had students who came to me when I was teaching middle school years ago. I had students, 8th graders, who came to me and through a survey I did at the beginning of the year about reading habits, they said, some of them, I've never read a book on my own unless a teacher made me do it or we read it in class. But I've never just picked up a book and read it from cover to cover because I don't like to read. I'm not interested in reading. And, that's an amazing challenge for teachers, is to take kids like that. Can you imagine 8th grade, a kid who is 13, 14, 15 years old saying, I've never picked up a book and read it. And there's a whole variety of reasons that this happens. And Gerard Dawson covers a lot of these in Hacking Literacy, and you can find that at hacklearning.org. But what we have to concern ourselves with as adults and as teachers and parents is not so much the reason that a student is a reluctant reader or someone who says they don't like to read, but we have to concern ourselves with what we can do to find the reader inside that child. And what I have learned over the years, and this comes from a great deal of research and reading some of the most amazing literacy experts out there, people like Gerard Dawson. This is a guy who's done it. This is a guy who's a classroom teacher who has tried many different things. He's hacked the problem and come up with some amazing solutions. So what I did is I read people like that, and I tried different things. And what I found is that when you can connect a student with his or her interests, and then when you can then connect those interests to a book and bring all those things together, eventually what you will find is the reader inside that child. And I've seen this many, many times. Kids who came to me and said they never read a book and read dozens by the end of a school year because I exposed them to a vast library. So let's get back to Kindle Instant Preview and talk about what you can do tomorrow, because that's hack learning. What can you do tomorrow to make your reluctant readers better, and how can you use this tool? So what I did is I took the Instant Preview from Kindle and I grabbed an embed code. And if you don't know a lot about technology and you don't get that, that's okay. It's really simple. And you can see how to do this on the show notes page at hacklearningpodcast.com. So you go to a book on Kindle, and over in your purchase area, you'll find a little button that says Embed. And when you click on that, it just gives you a code. And it's real simple. It might look like computer language and mumbo jumbo to some people, and that's all right. Everybody doesn't speak HTML, so that's okay. You can grab that code. All you do is select it, copy, and go to your website and paste. And you can paste this into, if it's a site and you have a menu, you can put it on the menu. But if you're writing a blog post, you can paste this directly into it, as I have done, on the show notes page. And you'll see this fascinating book cover. And then you get that amazing free preview, and you're compelled to click. You'll see when you go to the show notes page, it's called How Kindle Instant Preview Can Rescue Reluctant Readers. But you'll see that hacklearningpodcast.com. It's episode 49. You'll see that when you click there, and you really want to click on free preview because the book cover is fascinating. The title is fascinating. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I mean, what child doesn't think, or student, even a middle schooler or a high schooler doesn't think that they're peculiar in some way? We all do, really. We all feel a little bit peculiar. Maybe we are, and that's what makes us unique. But when a kid sees that, you're going to say, well, what's this about? What is this Home for Peculiar Children? they're going to click that free preview. They're going to be compelled to do so. Even the most reluctant reader's not going to want to navigate away. And they're going to click that, and the beauty is they're not taken to a new window. They're not taken to Amazon where there would be other books, and there would be in one column there will be different categories, and then they can just go shopping for things that aren't books, or they might be compelled to just navigate away somewhere else, maybe a social network or their favorite music or sports site, who knows. And in some cases that's okay too, depending on what we're doing in class. But we want them to read, so we're going to put this amazing embed code right on our page, and we're going to invite kids to open it up. Now imagine if you create a library on your classroom website, on your blog, and you add a bunch of these codes. You just go get them from Amazon. Go to Kindle, right-hand side where you would normally buy, look for the little embed, and grab that code and bring it over to your website or blog and paste it in. And you don't have to write too much after that because the book and the preview does it all. Now, if your students have Kindles, they can go in and they can get this. How great is that? It says buy on Amazon. They can click there and they can download it. So there's so much, but maybe they don't do that. Maybe they don't have a Kindle. Maybe they don't have the money in their Kindle account. But what they've done and what you've done is led them to a place. You've connected the reluctant reader to amazing content that interests the child, who then says, well, I want to take a look. And it becomes this amazing journey. You know, it's like a treasure hunt. And they click free preview and they start reading. Now, if you had a lot of books in different genres and you added these to your own library, blog, or website, if a student comes across something they don't like, then they can find something else. And that is the key to really hacking the reluctant reader, is to expose her to content that is interesting, to give her previews, to get her reading, and the rest will just happen. And you'll be along for the ride. And that is one amazing ride indeed. So check out Kindle Instant Preview. There's a link on the show notes page at hacklearningpodcast.com to a website that gives you all the information you need about Kindle Instant Previews. There's a graphic that shows you how to find the embed code. And again, there's a wonderful book with a free preview. So check it out today, give it a try, and let us know if this doesn't help turn your reluctant readers into lifelong readers. As always, we continue the conversation at #HackLearning on Twitter and on the show notes page at hacklearningpodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next time.